In a quiet village, Ilara was different. Her mind overflowed with questions, especially about time. While others played, she pondered why happy moments vanished and sad ones dragged on, feeling time was a secret she had to solve. Her curiosity led her to the edge of the village, to the mysterious, long-abandoned clock tower she could see from her window. Ilara felt drawn to it, believing it held the answer to her greatest question. The clock tower loomed over the village, its face frozen at 3:15, shrouded in stories and ivy. Unafraid, Ilara climbed the hill, heart pounding with anticipation. She pushed open the heavy door and entered a world of dust and silence, broken only by a spiral staircase leading upward. As she climbed, a gentle chiming melody beckoned her higher. At the top, she found a room aglow with golden light, filled with intricate gears and pendulums. There, beside the largest gear, stood a kind old man with a starry robe and a twinkle in his eye. He greeted her warmly, as if he'd been waiting. The air shimmered with magic and possibility. Ilara realized she was about to discover the secrets of time itself. The old man introduced himself as the Keeper of Time, his voice gentle yet carrying the weight of centuries. His eyes sparkled with a mysterious wisdom, as if he had witnessed countless stories unfold within these ancient walls. Ilara felt both nervous and honored to be in his presence, sensing that this meeting was no ordinary encounter. With a graceful gesture, the Keeper led Ilara deeper into the heart of the tower, where a glowing hourglass rested atop a pedestal. The hourglass radiated a warm, golden light that seemed to pulse with life, illuminating the stone chamber with an otherworldly glow. Ilara stared in awe, captivated by the beauty and power of the artifact before her. The Keeper explained that the tower was not simply a place to measure time, but a sanctuary that guarded it. Each grain of golden sand within the hourglass represented a precious moment for the village below. The sand flowed steadily, marking the passage of time, but also holding the memories, hopes, and dreams of everyone who called the village home. Ilara's curiosity and deep appreciation for every fleeting moment had drawn her to this hidden place. She wandered the tower in wonder, her eyes wide, as she took in the ancient carvings and mysterious symbols etched into the walls. It was as if the tower itself had been waiting for someone like her, someone who truly valued the gift of time. The Keeper smiled kindly and offered Ilara a remarkable gift, a small pinch of the golden sand glowing softly in his palm. He explained that this sand held the power to pause the world around her, allowing her to move freely while everything else stood still. It was a gift of unimaginable potential, one that could change the course of her life. But the Keeper's expression grew serious as he leaned closer and warned, "Every moment you borrow must be returned. Time is a delicate balance, and its flow must never be taken for granted. Use this gift with care, for the consequences of misusing time can be greater than you imagine." Ilara's heart raced with excitement and a touch of fear as she listened to the Keeper's words. She felt the weight of responsibility settle on her shoulders, but also a sense of wonder at the possibilities that lay before her. The Keeper patiently showed her how to use the sand, guiding her hands and sharing secrets passed down through generations. As Ilara held the glowing sand, she felt a tingling sensation spread through her fingers, as if the magic was alive and eager to be used. She closed her eyes and imagined all the things she could do, helping others, exploring hidden places, or simply savoring moments that would otherwise slip away too quickly. The possibilities seemed endless, and her imagination soared with dreams of adventure. Yet, the Keeper's warning echoed in her mind, reminding her that every gift came with a cost. She knew she would have to be wise, to respect the delicate balance of time, and never let her curiosity lead her astray. With a steady voice and a determined heart, Ilara promised the Keeper she would use the gift wisely. She vowed to honor the trust he had placed in her, and to cherish every moment, both borrowed and returned. With the hourglass in hand and the golden sand safely tucked away, Ilara stepped out of the tower, ready to begin her extraordinary adventure with time. The world awaited, and every moment was hers to discover. Ilara used her extraordinary gift to help others, quietly, without seeking praise or recognition. In the heart of her small village, she became a silent guardian, always watching for moments when her intervention could make a difference. She saved Leo from a nasty fall, steadied baskets teetering on the edge of disaster, and rescued a frightened stray cat from the bustling street. Each act was small, but to those she helped, it meant the world. Every time she paused the world, a thrill ran through her, a secret rush of wonder and possibility. The world would freeze, and for a heartbeat, she alone could shape what happened next. But Alara never let herself forget the responsibility that came with her power. She always remembered to repay the moments she borrowed, reflecting on the delicate balance she maintained. Her secret acts made the village run smoother, lost items found their way home, accidents were averted, and small kindnesses brightened the days of her neighbors. The village thrived, though no one could quite explain why. People sometimes paused, puzzled or relieved, sensing that something good had happened, but never knowing the true reason behind their fortune. At night, Alara would sit quietly by candlelight, returning the borrowed time. She'd reflect on her day, feeling a deep sense of pride in her self-control and the good she'd done. Those quiet moments were her own reward, a gentle reminder that true power lies in restraint and kindness. The hourglass on her table kept her honest, its steady flow of sand marking every second she owed and every second she repaid. She would watch the sand slip through, adjusting it carefully, always making sure her debt was paid in full before she slept. Alara believed she was using her power for good, never taking more than she could give back. She felt hopeful, confident that her choices made the world a little brighter. She kept careful notes in her journal, tracking every pause and every repayment, determined to remain fair and just. The magic felt like a fair trade, a few quiet minutes exchanged for a better world. A balance she was proud to maintain. As dawn broke over the peaceful village, Alara would close her window, feeling content and responsible, knowing she had done her part. She was careful, responsible, and content. Yet, beneath her calm exterior, a whisper of temptation lingered, an unspoken question of what might happen if she ever took more than she could give back. Alara's greatest test was yet to come, and the true measure of her character would soon be revealed. Soon, Alara's resolve weakened, and her curiosity got the better of her. She began using the sand for herself, solving homework, sleeping in, winning games, and even finishing chores with ease. The thrill of control grew addictive. She borrowed more and more time, repaying less and less with each passing day. Her world became a frozen playground, but she grew isolated, disconnected from real life and her friends. The hourglass showed her growing debt, but she ignored it, promising herself she would pay it back later. The magic, once a tool for kindness, became a selfish escape from her problems. Alara stopped helping others, focused only on her own desires and needs. She didn't notice the world around her starting to change in strange, subtle ways. The balance of time was slipping, and consequences were on their way, growing closer each day. Alara's actions would soon affect everyone around her, whether she realized it or not. Time in the village grew strange. Milk poured slowly, conversations dragged, and hours vanished in a blink. The villagers grew anxious as daily life became unpredictable and chaotic. Alara realized her debt had broken the flow of time. Her selfishness was unraveling the world. She saw her family and friends struggle, the natural rhythm of life lost. Guilt overwhelmed her as she watched the village suffer. The hourglass was nearly empty, her debt immense. Alara knew she had to fix what she'd broken, no matter the cost. The magic had become a curse, and only she could restore the balance. With heavy heart, she prepared to face the keeper. The time for reckoning had come. Alara raced through the winding streets, her heart pounding with urgency as the last rays of sunlight faded behind the rooftops. The ancient clock tower loomed ahead, its silhouette stark against the evening sky, reminding her of the promise she had made, and the mistake she had to fix. Every hurried step echoed with the weight of her guilt, and the hope that she could still set things right before it was too late. At the tower's entrance, the keeper awaited her, his eyes heavy with sorrow and wisdom. He silently led her inside, where the great hourglass stood, its sands no longer flowing smoothly, but clumped and stuck, as if time itself was wounded. The air was thick with the sense of something precious slipping away, and Alara felt the consequences of her actions settle heavily on her shoulders. "You've built a dam of selfish moments," the keeper intoned, his voice echoing in the vast chamber. "Every second you took for yourself, every shortcut and stolen instant, has blocked the flow of time for everyone else. To restore balance, you must give back your own time, sacrifice what you once claimed as yours." Ilara's debt was not just a matter of apology, it demanded a true sacrifice. She would have to return every moment she had stolen, even if it meant surrendering years of her own life. The thought chilled her, but she knew there was no other way to mend what had been broken. Her mind raced with memories of her family, her friends, and the suffering village that had once thrived with laughter and light. She remembered the faces of those she loved and the dreams they all shared, dreams now threatened by her choices. The responsibility was hers alone to bear. No one else could pay this debt, and no one else could undo the harm she had caused. The silence of the tower pressed in, reminding her that true courage meant facing the consequences, no matter how frightening. With trembling hands and a heart full of fear and hope, Alara nodded in acceptance. She understood now that redemption required more than regret. It demanded action, and a willingness to give up what mattered most. The keeper gently guided her toward the hourglass, his presence both comforting and grave. Together they approached the ancient artifact, preparing for the ritual that would restore the flow of time and heal the wounds she had caused. Alara closed her eyes, drawing a deep breath as she summoned the strength to do what was right. She braced herself, ready to give back every stolen second, knowing the cost would be great but necessary. In that moment, Alara realized that true healing of herself, her village, and the world could only come through sacrifice. With hope flickering in her heart, she prepared to pay her debt, determined to restore what had been lost. Alara placed her hourglass in the great clock, feeling her borrowed moments flow back into the world. Light enveloped her as memories and stolen hours returned to the village, restoring the natural rhythm of time. The golden sand flowed smoothly again. The chaos faded. Alara felt older, her energy dimmed, but the village was peaceful and whole. No one remembered the turmoil, but Alara carried the lesson in her heart. She never wished for more time again, learning to cherish each fleeting moment. The true magic, she realized, was living fully in the present. Time was not to be controlled, but treasured. Alara found joy in simple things, grateful for every heartbeat. And so she lived, wiser, humbler, and forever changed by the gift and cost of time.